Hello and a very warm welcome to all. You're watching Hindustan Times and my name is Aisha Varma. After enduring several extreme heat waves this summer, Europe is facing another consequence of climate change these days. Rivers across the continent are carrying little water and it's creating massive problems for several industries. Lars Halter is with DW and joins me from Berlin. Lars, what's the latest on the water levels?
Unfortunately, the latest is that things are just getting worse. We've seen low water levels in some of Europe's biggest and most important rivers for a few weeks now. But as we're dealing with heat wave after heat wave, and as we haven't had any major rainfall at all, the rivers are just drying up at a pace we haven't seen in previous years, because we've obviously had droughts here before, or a dry spell at least. We've had low levels of water in rivers, and sometimes we've had a way too low levels. However, that usually happened around the end of summer, maybe towards fall. And this year, we're seeing rivers drop to absolutely critical levels, and in many cases below these levels way too early. Two of the most watched levels, as a matter of fact, are the Rhine in Cologne, where they've just seen a historic low. And it's the same in Duisburg, at the heart of the coal and steel country, where the level was taken in the Ruhr River just before it flows into the Rhine.
What is the impact so far on the economy?
The low water levels really impact a whole lot of industries. As a matter of fact, I just ran into a colleague here at work who told me that he's taken a river cruise up the Rhine in a week or two. And as he told me, we both knew that that trip might not happen after all. So tourism is definitely affected by the drought. But that's far from the worst consequences we're seeing. More important than tourism is, of course, shipping and logistics. Among the commodities transported on the Rhine in particular are stone and earth, building materials, ores, coal, as well as also liquid petroleum products, chemicals, and they're currently going on barges that can often carry only half their usual load. So transport costs are already rising due to the distribution of cargo across multiple vessels now. Oh, and then there's energy, of course. France had to shut down 3 nuclear power plants almost a month ago already because the adjacent river didn't provide enough water for cooling, and now power plants in Romania and Hungary were also shut down for the same reason. In Hungary, those plants provide a third of the country's energy supply.
Beyond this, Lars, what is the government doing to alleviate the situation?
Right now, they're putting together a task force to deal with all the problems the industry has, including providing additional port storage capacity for hazardous goods, extra rail capacity. That, as it's pretty clear, they can't currently solve the problem, but only deal with it. Other than that, there's a broad understanding that not all too much can actually be done, because we're dealing with the long-term effect of climate change. Here's the gist of it. Climate change has not only led to hotter days with more water evaporating, but also to melting glaciers in the Alps and in other mountain ranges, which again leads to less water being stored there to melt away in spring and fill up the rivers going north later in the year. So as the planet heats up, we'll likely see more droughts and experience more problems rather than less, and there aren't any short-term solutions available.
All right, Lars, thank you so much for joining us and bringing us those details. With that, it's a wrap.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.